The Bermuda Triangle is one of the most famous regions in the world, and for very good reason. There is plenty of controversy over the actual nature of the region, but the undeniable truth is that many different ships and planes have gone down in this odd region of the ocean, and many have done so without any explanation. Because of this, many people are naturally wary of the Bermuda Triangle as well as the things that are discovered there. From a powerfully disruptive magnetic field to the deepest trench in the Atlantic Ocean, there are certainly some things located there that would make anyone uneasy. Make sure to stick around until the end. You wouldn't want to miss the secret underwater Area 51. Here are 15 discoveries in the Bermuda Triangle that shock the world. Number 15. Electronic fog. When people hear about the Bermuda Triangle, they generally think of a large area of the ocean where ships and planes mysteriously disappear. However, there is another, much smaller triangle in the same general area that is also associated with strange phenomena. This is the so-called electronic fog triangle, which is located off the southeast coast of Florida. The electronic fog triangle gets its name from the strange phenomena that occurs there on occasion, which is known as electronic fog. This is a strange form of fog that is made up of tiny particles of dust or other matter that are electrically charged, though it's unclear what gives them this quality. This fog is known to cause interference with electronic equipment and has been known to cause planes and ships to disappear. There have been many reports of electronic fog in the Bermuda Triangle, and it is thought that this may be the cause of some of the disappearances that have occurred in that area. However, there is no scientific evidence to support this claim. Number 14. Powerful magnetic field. There is scientific evidence to support the claim that the Bermuda Triangle is affected by unusual magnetic fields. Some scientists believe that the Bermuda Triangle is affected by a magnetic vortex that allows magnetic forces to interact with the area in strange ways. This vortex could be caused by a number of factors, including volcanic activity, methane gas hydrates, or a combination of both. Some researchers have even suggested that the Bermuda Triangle is a portal to another dimension or parallel universe. While this may sound like something out of a science fiction movie, there is some scientific evidence to support this claim. In 2012, a team of researchers from the University of South Wales published a paper in the journal Physics Letters B that claimed to have found evidence of a dimensional portal in the Bermuda Triangle. The researchers used satellite data to examine the way the Earth's magnetic field is distorted in the area. They found that the magnetic field was significantly weaker in the Bermuda Triangle than it was in other parts of the world. While this research into a sort of portal is still in its early stages, it provides a fascinating glimpse into the weird phenomena that have happened within the region. Number 13. Huge underwater methane bubbles. Methane bubbles have been found to be a potential cause for some of the mysterious disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle. Methane is a gas that is produced by decomposing organic matter. It is also a major component of natural gas, which is, of course, highly flammable. When methane is dissolved in water, it forms bubbles that rise towards the surface. During this process, the methane forms a thin layer of foam on the ocean surface. When the foam breaks, the methane is released into the air. The methane can then ignite, causing an explosion. Methane is found in high concentrations in the sediments of the Bermuda Triangle. It is thought that it is produced by decomposing organic matter on the seafloor, which accrues when living things die. When the methane is released, it rises towards the surface as aforementioned, and if a ship or plane causes a tiny spark by moving through it, it can ignite. Methane explosions are a possible explanation for the mysterious disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle. In addition, methane can cause ships and airplanes to lose buoyancy and sink. It is possible that these two explanations have resulted in some of the disappearances throughout the region. Number 12. The unmapped waters. When you think about the Bermuda Triangle, you might not know exactly where it is. You probably know that it's the general region between Florida and Bermuda, but you may not be able to point it out on a map if you were to go searching for it. The truth is that there's a very specific reason for that, and it's a bit more sinister than you might think. The truth of the matter is that the Bermuda Triangle has no official borders and has never been officially added to any maps because no government in the world recognizes it as a true phenomenon. Considering the number of planes and ships that have gone missing there, it seems absolutely crazy that it's never been officially recognized at all. It certainly seems like something is being covered up here, and it's not difficult to see that various governments might understand what's going on within the region and just don't want the public to know about it. Number 11. Teens going missing. On July 6, 2015, Austin Stefanos and Peter Cohen, two 14-year-old boys from Jupiter, Florida, left on a fishing trip in Austin's 19-foot boat. The boys were never seen again. Their parents have appeared on television and throughout various programs trying to find their children, but unfortunately, there is very little chance that they are alive. The boat that they were in was found over 100 miles away on a separate island, with their phones located on board.
Forensically examined the boat, but they were not able.
The Perry Cohen Bermuda Triangle Memorial Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization created by Perry's parents, Pam and Blue Stefanos, and Austin's father, Nick Korniloff. The foundation's mission is to promote awareness of the need for improved boating safety and preparedness among young boaters and their parents, as well as to provide financial assistance to nonprofit organizations and individuals engaged in efforts to promote water safety. It is primarily focused on the Bermuda Triangle region, considering that is where the two boys went missing and is where search and rescue is often needed the most. Number 10. The Appearing Island. The official name for this peculiar island that is located between the Bermuda Triangle is Hatteras Island and is located in the Cape Hatteras National Seashore area of North Carolina. This island, covered in shells, was only recently discovered in 2013. Because of its appearance and the vast number of shells found on its beaches, it is lovingly referred to as Shelly Island by the people that have managed to visit. It's believed that Shelly Island was formed by currents and ocean swells. It's also possible that the island was a part of Hatteras Island that broke away during a hurricane. There are also a number of darker theories which state that the island was a part of a different dimension and only recently was able to shift over into our own. This would tie in well to other theories about the Bermuda Triangle. Either way, Shelly Island is one of the most unique places on the planet. It's a place full of mystery and wonder, and it's a place that is definitely worth a visit. Number 9. The Lost Stars. In the late 1940s, following the end of World War II, an airline called British South American Airways, or BSAA, was established in order to run flights from the United Kingdom to various countries within South America. Throughout its short time in operation, however, it would be the victim of several bizarre disappearances that would eventually lead to it being referred to as a cursed airline. Specifically, there were two flights that went missing over the Bermuda Triangle. These were the BSAA Star Tiger and the BSAA Star Ariel, and the names of these flights have led to them being referred to as the Lost Stars. There is very little evidence as to what could have caused these disappearances, and they are generally referred to as some of the best evidence regarding the existence of the Bermuda Triangle. There is no reason they should have gone down, especially in such quick succession, when there was nothing found to be wrong with the planes before takeoff. Hopefully, some information is discovered in the future regarding what happened, but it is very unlikely considering how long it's been. Number 8. The world's largest seaweed patch. The Sargasso Sea is located within the gyre of the North Atlantic subtropical region, which is the world's largest oceanic gyre. It straddles the boundary of the western North Atlantic Ocean and the eastern North Atlantic. It is bounded on the west by the Gulf Stream, on the north by the North Atlantic Current, on the east by the Canary Current, and on the south by the North Atlantic Equatorial Current. Because of this, it is actually the only sea in the world that does not have a coastline. The Sargasso Sea is 1,000 kilometers kilometers wide and 3,200 kilometers long. It covers approximately 2% of the North Atlantic surface and also contains the largest body of seaweed in the world, with an estimated biomass of 700,000 metric tons, 1,430,000,000 pounds. The Sargasso Sea is a floating oceanic desert with few marine plants and animals living in or on it. Most Sargasso sea life inhabitants the massive bed of seaweed that has made its home among the waves because it's the only source of consistent food within the region. Luckily for the plants and animals that feed on it, there's enough of it to go around. Number 7. Monstrous waves. The Bermuda Triangle is an incredibly mysterious part of the ocean, but that doesn't mean that every single part of it has to be mysterious. Recently, it's been discovered that several regions of the triangle have perfect conditions for enormous waves to form, which travel throughout its borders before fading away and dying down before exiting the triangle. These waves are being studied pretty extensively now, considering the fact that they very well could be one of the main reasons that so many ships and planes have disappeared over the years. All it takes is for the vessel to capsize in the water, and then the waves will do the rest of the work. They'll bash against the boat or plane until it's been torn into pieces small enough that they'll never be discovered at the bottom of the ocean. These massive waves are terrifying, but at least they're one of the rare aspects of the Bermuda Triangle that we fully understand. Number 6. The USS Cyclops. The USS Cyclops, a U.S. naval cargo ship that disappeared 100 years ago, may have sunk after deviating from its route to Brazil, possibly because of bad weather or an accident, according to a new theory. The Cyclops-class boat vanished in March 1918 in the South Atlantic, not far from the island of Bermuda, with 309 men on board. The U.S. Naval History and Heritage Command says the ship was never seen or heard from again, and the cause of her loss, the largest in U.S. Navy history involving a man-of-war not at action, remains unknown. But a new theory proposes that the ship may have been trying to escape a storm, according to a blog post by the U.S. Naval Institute, a nonprofit organization that promotes the sea service. The blog post cites an amateur historian who's been tracking the Cyclops disappearance for years. The historian, Dick Spotswood, has been looking at weather reports from the time and has found that a large storm swept across the Atlantic Ocean in early March 1918. Spotswood believes the Cyclops may have tried to outrun the storm and was unable to do so. There has been a recent shipwreck discovery that many people believe could be the Cyclops, but more research will have to be done before determining that for sure. Before we go on, do like this video, smash that subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face while you're sleeping. It's time for today's subscriber pick. This image was submitted without any context attached, so it's all we can do to try to make out what exactly is happening here. The image shows a diver with full scuba gear approaching what looks to be some sort of monster, and very likely a dinosaur. It's unclear whether or not the dinosaur is alive, or if it actually belongs in the water or not. If it doesn't, it could be the body of a recently deceased creature that was swept away. Dinosaurs, of course, are extinct, so the existence of this creature is a huge break in humanity's overall understanding of what exists in the world. Could this creature have been located in the Bermuda Triangle? Is it a dinosaur, or something that has evolved over such a long period of time that it no longer counts as one? What do you think about this matter? Do you think there could be islands within the Bermuda Triangle that we don't even know about, and which harbor insane life such as what's seen in the picture? Remember to comment down below with the hashtag #subscriberpick and let us know what you think. Now on to the next topic. Number 5. The deepest Atlantic trench. The Puerto Rico Trench is a crescent-shaped trench in the floor of the Atlantic Ocean, located on the boundary between the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. It extends from the Lesser Antilles Island arc to a point north of the island of Puerto Rico, where it meets the general east-west trending Atlantic Ocean floor. This region is well within the bounds of the Bermuda Triangle. The trench is approximately 965 kilometers or 600 miles long and has a maximum depth of 8,605 meters, 28,232 feet. The average depth is 4,000 meters, 13,123 feet. The Puerto Rico Trench is the deepest point in the Atlantic Ocean and the second deepest trench in the world after the Mariana Trench in the western Pacific Ocean. These two trenches, however, have formed incredibly distinct ecosystems that both rely on creatures that can survive the high pressures. The trench was formed by the interaction of the Caribbean Plate and the North American Plate. The Caribbean Plate is moving westward and the North American Plate is moving eastward, causing the two plates to collide. The collision has created a zone of subduction where the Caribbean Plate is being forced underneath the North American Plate. The Puerto Rico Trench is the deepest part of the zone of subduction. Number 4. The disappearance of Flight 19. On December 5, 1945, during a training mission, 5 of the 14 Avenger torpedo bombers taking part in a training exercise disappeared over the Atlantic Ocean. The 14 Avengers had taken off from Naval Air Station Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for training exercises in the area. The training mission was called Navigation Problem Number 1, and the mission was to take the planes from Fort Lauderdale to Bimini in the Bahamas, then to Grand Bahamas, back to Fort Lauderdale, and finally to Banana River, Florida. The flight leader was Lieutenant Charles C. Taylor. The planes were to take off at 2:10 p.m. and would be in the air for about 4 hours. The planes carried 3 crew members each. The first sign that something was wrong was when the flight leader's plane did not arrive at the first checkpoint, Bimini. The next sign of trouble came when the second plane in the formation, piloted by Lieutenant Robert F. Cox, sent out a radio message saying that his compass was malfunctioning. There were a few more communications from a couple of the planes, but eventually all communication went dark and the planes were never seen or heard from again. It is one of the most baffling disappearances within the Triangle and definitely the most well-known in the world. Number 3. Ancient UFO shipwreck? A Bermuda Triangle expedition has discovered what some believe to be a UFO shipwreck. The expedition, led by ocean engineer Darrell Miklos, noticed unusual objects on the ocean floor that appear to be artificial structures in a region of the Bermuda Triangle known as the Devil's Sea. The Japanese government also had been investigating the Devil's Sea for decades after numerous ships and planes disappeared in the area. Miklos said of his find, "I couldn't believe my eyes. I feel like we discovered something that could possibly change the world as we know it." Miklos has since founded an ocean exploration company in the hopes of recovering and restoring what he believes to be a UFO, but so far he's had little luck in finding funding or any sort of help. Could this be some sort of government conspiracy against him? Nobody knows for sure, but it's very likely that we currently know the exact location of an alien ship on the bottom of the ocean. Number 2. Massive underwater pyramids. The U.S. Navy has recently been mapping the ocean floor with sonar, and they have discovered a massive city-like structure over 2 miles beneath the water surface. The discovery was made by Dr. Mansour B. Tarona, who is a research scientist with the University of Rochester. He's also a senior member of the Institute for Electrical and Electronics Engineers, IEEE. Tarona believes that this discovery is the remains of a city that was lost during the last ice age. Within this city, there are several enormous pyramids that dwarf the rest of the buildings, made of an interesting lime green stone that hasn't been fully studied yet. Unfortunately, due to the location and depth of this city, it's been impossible to send a manned mission in order to collect samples. Scientists are hoping to gather funding to send an automated expedition within the near future. There has been plenty of speculation over what this city could be. Is it possible that this is the lost city of Atlantis? What sort of technology did they possess? And how did they end up at the bottom of the ocean? Hopefully, future research will tell us. Number 1. Secret Underwater Area 51. AUTEC, or the Atlantic Underwater Test and Evaluation Center, is located just south of Bimini in the Bahamas. The AUTEC test range is in the tongue of the ocean, approximately 70 miles east of West Palm Beach, Florida. The range complex consists of 3 deep water operating areas. The 3 areas are the main track, the cross track, and the littoral area. The main track and cross track are separated by a fixed acoustic barrier. The littoral area is a shallow water, near-shore area located to the south and east of the main track. The main track is the deepest water area of the AUTEC range. With depths of over 6,000 feet, the main track provides a deep water environment for underwater acoustics, sonar, and underwater weapons testing. The main track is approximately 30 miles long and 30 miles wide. Because of the secretive nature of this base and the unknown nature of what's going on down there, it's often been described as the Underwater Area 51, where people believe that either aliens or strange sea monsters are located and stored. Unfortunately, nobody's ever been able to make it down there and report back to the media about what they found. Which of these things do you think are the most shocking? Do you think scientists will ever fully understand all these strange things that have happened within the Bermuda Triangle? Tell us in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps us to understand what kind of stuff you enjoy, and that way we can tell what kind of videos you're looking for next. Tap that bell icon if you love to learn new things, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.